Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. We all have our own fears, and our fears are often compounded by uncertainties. The more we do not know, the more fearful we become. The Quran often reminds us of our innate characteristics as human beings, and so God speaks a lot about fear in His holy book, but fear that brings about goodness in us. Everyone feels fear. Prophets, people close to God, the companions or the Sahaba. And the Quran tells us during the Hijrah, when the Prophet and his very close companion, Abu Bakr, were in a cave pursued by enemies, Abu Bakr began to worry for the Prophet's safety. He was afraid, truly afraid. And the Prophet responded, "Do not be fearful, do not despair, for Allah is with us." And God then sent down His peace to calm him down. So fear does not need to incapacitate us, because fear can be good as well. Fear can become the impetus for us to change, to become better human beings. Fear also prevents us from being too complacent and overconfident in our own abilities. When we fear that God does not accept us, even as we try our very best to please Him, that fear will cause us to continue on the path of goodness, to not stop being good and kind in our lives. And from fear, we transit to hope. So we always find ourselves between fear and hope. It means that we are always uncertain of our destiny, and therefore we must always continue trying. One who works very hard is not assured of success, although the likelihood will be much higher. And one who has difficulties and challenges does not necessarily fail and falter. There is always the possibility that we become stronger and more resilient as we learn through difficulties and challenges that we face in life. As the sweet fragrance of Ramadan begins to fade away, both our fears and hopes will intensify. We fear if we will have the chance to meet the next Ramadan. We fear if we have done enough this Ramadan. We fear if God has accepted us as His true servants, those whose hearts have been thoroughly cleansed, or God has rejected us. But we are also hopeful at the same time. Hopeful that we are accepted, forgiven, and blessed by God with all His compassion and mercy. And we are also hopeful that we have passed this trial thus far with our patience, our perseverance, and our sense of responsibility. We are hopeful that this crisis can be overcome together, that we will emerge stronger throughout this crisis. We have shown the right attitude, spirit, and behavior, however difficult and challenging the crisis has been. For us Muslims, this very moment is special. The end of Ramadan coincides with what appears to be an improving situation in Singapore with regards to COVID-19. I am sure that we have stayed strong because we remain hopeful. If everyone does his or her part, all of us can overcome this together. As a famous song goes, at the end of the storm, there is a golden sky and the sweet silver song of the lark. Hope can bring us to wonderful places, but it must come with the right actions. There is still some way to go, and we must never let up in this fight. I trust we have it in us to carry on until the very end. I wish to thank viewers and listeners who have spent some time this Ramadan to listen to my thought of the day. I also wish to thank all the crew and my colleagues who have assisted me in this wonderful journey. It has been a pleasure preparing for this series. I pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless each of you and accept all your good deeds and make you the better version of yourself that you have always wanted. Please accept my apologies for my shortcomings and errors. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله العظيم لي ولكم. والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.